Welcome to my top 10 most anticipated comics for October 18th, 2023. Guys, I'm Mike Spider-Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. Hopefully this list does help you make decisions on what comic books to buy because, you know what? It's never too early to start that pull list for next week. So guys, before we dive into it, I just gotta give a quick shout out to Whatnot. Guys, if you have not downloaded or used the Whatnot app today, I have a link in my description box below. You want to use that link because when you create your profile and you make your first bid and win it on Whatnot, you're going to get a free $15 off of that purchase. So if you're into some comics that you want, or you have a, collect Hot Wheel cars, or if you like Legos, like you can save $15, dude. Like, why not take advantage of it? It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It does help support the channel. So thank you so much. Try it today. Okay, so here we go. Let's kick off this week's countdown with the hot seat. And the hot seat book goes to Spine-Tingling Spider-Man issue 1. So you guys didn't even really hear me talk about the Spine-Tingling Spider-Man issue 0 because it was an oversized book. I wasn't really keen on the artwork, and it came from, a digital thing like Marvel Unlimited or whatever it is. And so when it came to this one, I'm like, well, now that it's like normal size and it continues the story, maybe issue 1 might be a little bit better. And it's a good book to talk about on Worthy Ones, right? And it's Spider-Man, so, there's a lot of things going for it there. So at least it's worth a try. We'll see what happens with it. It's 28 pages. It's $4. It's still like normal price standards, I guess you can say. The book that's on the rise, here we go. We have the Invincible Iron Man issue 11. Say what you want about Invincible Iron Man. A lot of people may not like where this book has gone because it's really heavily focused on, I would say, Tony Stark teaming up with the X-Men or Emma Frost, or revolving around the Fall of Mutants thing or the Fall of X thing. But it's been a pretty cool story, and he's developed this relationship with Emma Frost. Now, it's definitely not an ongoing thing. It's even expressed that in this comic book. It's done for reasons to get the X-Men back together. And it looks like they're going to take over the Hellfire Club, right? In the last issue, you wind up getting to see them getting married and stuff like that. And it was in Vegas, and it was kind of cool, man. But this whole story has really tied heavily into the Fall of X, and it's actually been told pretty well. So I've been enjoying it. 36 pages, and this one is $5. So if you guys love daily comic book content and you love me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video from me, because I post content pretty much every day. Moving on to number 10, getting in the spirit of things, we have the Crypt of Shadows. This is issue 1. We're reopening the crypt as it's spooky season time, and we get scary tales from your favorite Marvel Universe heroes and villains here. So again, if you like this kind of thing, this might be for you. This one is 36 pages, and this one is $5. If it isn't the lawnmower people, it's the garbage people. There's always something or someone interrupting videos. And also, I want to point out, dude, it's like 62 degrees out here in Florida today. It's like hoodie season for me, man. It's gorgeous in this garage today. Maybe that's why I have a little bit more energy on the camera. Anyway, moving on to number 9, we have Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Oh my God, it's the DC Universe versus the Monsterverse here. This is something that a lot of people, I'm sure, are looking forward to. This is not so high up on my list. I don't know what kind of story you can really tell with this besides, heroes fighting big monsters and what's going to be the outcome of it. But when you flip this other side of the coin, don't look too much into it. It could be a lot of fun, you don't get to see, DC heroes like Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman fighting Godzilla and King Kong every day. So that in itself is pretty cool. So we'll see what it has to offer. 40 pages, and this one is $5. Coming in at number 8, we have Miles Morales Spider-Man. This is issue 11. So this has been a good Miles Morales story. Probably my favorite Miles since Brian Michael Bendis has written the story himself. We get to see Miles has a little bit more emotional baggage these days as his spider sense is not working, and he's got to seek therapy for it, but yet he's doing some pretty cool battles in the process. He's battled Carnage. He's got some of his own villains, which we need him to have so the character can continue to grow. I think it's been an interesting book so far, and now he's teaming up with Blade. There's vampires infecting Brooklyn, so we're going to see what this next issue has to offer. This book is 28 pages, $4. If you're following the legacy numbering here, we're on legacy numbering 293, so we had 293 issues of Miles Morales. Pretty wild when you think about it. Coming in at number 7, we have the Sensational SheHulk. This is issue 1. We're bringing back the adjective, guys. It's like old days back again when it comes to Sensational SheHulk. So we got Jen Walters coming back. New era of the character. It just seemed like this book was relaunched not too long ago, but they decide to bring it back anyway. I don't know, but regardless of Marvel's MO, I do like She-Hulk. I think it's a great character, and hopefully there's more story arcs in this run than there was in the last one. It just seemed to focus too heavily on the Jack of Hearts, or King of Hearts, I should say, whatever his name is, and in the relationship of those two characters, of him and Jennifer Walters. Hopefully this one just focuses on something completely different, or if he's gonna be in her life, like, just don't focus on that. I want to see Jen Walters get in some like hardcore freaking fighting action, like she should do. Show her more in the attorney's office, doing some lawyer stuff, like interacting in the outside world more. That's what makes Jennifer Walters so special, and we didn't always see that in the last little run that we had. We focused so heavily on her little love life, and we need something more. So maybe that's why they started this book over. I am looking forward to it. I love the character. Legacy numbering 179, and I guess I missed the price on this book. I don't know if it's $4.99, $5.99, $10.99. Who knows? We'll see. Moving on to number 6, we have World's Finest issue 20 here. So it's like the Kingdom Come storyline is coming here. Now, you guys might be like, Mike, if you don't know what Kingdom Come is, you're kind of crazy. I don't. I've never read it before. And I guess the boy Thunder is coming back as well. So he was the boy that was introduced early on in the series. And I love how we had Batman and Superman trying to control this kid, and they really couldn't. So now he's making his return, and I'm really looking forward to that. This book is really good, and usually always is in my top 3, at least top 5, but there's some good books coming out this particular week that I'm a little bit more excited for, but this is always a solid read. I don't think there's been a week where this has definitely not been on my top 10 most anticipated. 32 pages, $4. Number 5, we have The Incredible Hulk issue 5. Great story, guys. We have this crazy creature by the name of Swamp Siren who reveals itself to others out there that I guess brings their closest memories or loved ones in front of them, and then basically like takes them over. We got to see the creature at the end of that last issue, and then now it looks like that maybe like Hulk and Swamp or Man-Thing and all these different like creatures are going to be doing battle against each other. What makes this book really good is like the creepy factor to it, the horror vibe, the immortal vibe that I get from it as well. And then the relationship that Hulk has with the female character that's like inspiring to be like him. It's a great story with lots of action. Like I said, definitely if you love Hulk smash, you're gonna like this book. Legacy numbering 786, 36 pages, and this one is $5. Number 4, we have Superman issue 7. So issue 6 of Superman was so good. I really enjoyed it as we had a new villain introduced, and this story is called the Chained Storyline. So we're gonna see more about this villain, where he came from, how Lex Luthor stuck him like beneath the ocean and everything else. And this is the 850th issue of Superman, and of course it's oversized. Why wouldn't it be? And it's 48 pages, and this one is $6. I really am looking forward to this, because now Superman is trapped as well, and like he can't get out, and it looks like the only person that might be able to free him maybe is the person that trapped him, or it's Lex Luthor. I don't know, but it looks awesome. Coming in at number 3, guys, we have Ghost Rider issue 19. I recently did a top 10 video of my favorite titles that I'm currently reading right now. Ghost Rider is in that top 10. I'll leave you that video at the end of this one. It's such a fun comic book, guys. Really, it is. And this time, we're talking about Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze's girlfriend, which is Talia Warroad, who has supernatural abilities, but they're very dark. And she also has ties to Mephisto here. So again, we're learning the origin story of this character, and as she was like really young, and then when she goes through her teenage years, and I'm sure we're gonna see how she wound up getting involved with the FBI as well. So if you have not checked out Ghost Rider, I definitely say go back, pick up a trade or two to get yourselves caught up, because you will not be disappointed with this book. Legacy numbering 262, 28 pages, $4. Coming in at number 2, we have Big Game. This is issue 4, written by Mark Millar. Guys, when it comes to this book, it is just jaw-dropping page after jaw-dropping page. So good. I mean, Mark Millar is totally killing off all the properties that he has created. But don't worry, there's time travel involved, and obviously these characters are going to come back into the future. But the main thing about this book is we got Kick-Ass in it, Hit Girls in it, and they're kind of like the major players here. And just reading this comic book without spoiling it, it's just been a lot of fun. Now, I did get questions about, well, do you have to know like Mark Millar's universe to understand what's going on? I would say when it comes to most of the characters, no. A lot of people already know who Kick-Ass is and Hit Girl is, and you do get described briefly on who all the other major players are in the opening comic book when you read this series. So I don't think you have to be a regular of Mark Millar's universe to understand what's going on, because don't forget, a lot of his properties have been out for a really long time, and even if you did read it, you're gonna forget what happened in it. So they do a good job at catching the reader up. So go ahead, check this out, 32 pages, and this one is $5. All right, guys, so don't forget, after number 1, we're not done, as we have our noteworthy comics to talk about. Yep, if there are 10 books in here that I mentioned and they're not on your list, well, they might be talked about in the noteworthy section, you know, just briefly, so you know that they exist. But number 1 most anticipated comic for that week, for next week, goes to Kill Your Darlings issue 2. This book's first issue was just so intriguing for me that I have to read issue 2, okay? It's about this little girl who has this overactive imagination, and she dreamt that she was this princess in this kingdom, and all these people worshipped her and whatnot, and we got to see her everyday life, and she felt like she lived this beautiful life, right? Now, on the other hand, though, her mom is a single mom. She's struggling to get by. She's trying to pay the bills, and you know, she doesn't always have time to play with her daughter. Well, one night you wind up seeing the daughter playing, and the mom falls asleep, and then all of a sudden it looks like, you know, this imaginative world like cross paths, and it goes into our little girl here, which I think her name was Rose. And somehow a fire is created, and it looks like it burns down her house, and we're not sure if the mom survived or not. And that's how the first issue ended, and you're just like, oh dude. And the artwork was gorgeous, the way the characters were written was so good. So this was definitely a must read for me, and this is 32 pages, and this one is $4. So here we go, the noteworthy comics for the week. We always kick it off with the Marvel. We have Moon Knight. This is issue 28. For the Star Wars fans, we have Star Wars issue 39. Fall of X fans, X-Men fans, we have Children of the Vault. This is issue 3. Then we move on to the second issue of Daredevil, which I like the first issue, just not top 10 worthy for me. Next, we have Scarlet Witch. This is issue 9. All right, so let's talk about some DC comics that are coming out. I found the last issue interesting, but not good enough to hit my top 10. We have Nightwing. This is issue 107. Then we move on to Titans. This is issue 4. Continuing the whole Gotham War thing, we got Catwoman. What the hell is a Catwoman? We have Catwoman. This is issue 58. And then we have Batman White Knight presents Generation Joker. This is issue 6. I don't know if anybody's reading it, but we have Hawkgirl. This is issue 4. And next we have Green Lantern War Journal issue 2, which issue 1 actually surprised me. It was pretty good, so we'll see what issue 2 has to offer. And then for the Flash fans, if you love Jay Garrick, we have Jay Garrick the Flash. This is issue 1. So let's move on to some indie comics. We have Grimm issue 14. The Turtle fans, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 144. We have the continuation of Rogue Sun. This is issue 16. We have a Tenement issue 5 written by Jeff Lemire and drawn by Andrea Sorrentino. And then we have the return of Local Man. This is issue 6. So this continues the story. I don't even remember what happened in issue 5, so that's why I couldn't put it on my most anticipated, but very good series. You should definitely check it out. So there you guys have it. There are my top 10 and most noteworthy comics for October 18th, 2023. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So if you did, put it in the comments below what you're looking forward to. And of course, guys, more content right here. It's that top 10 comic books that I'm reading currently right now, and my garage sale that's happening this Saturday. I'll leave you both those videos to check out. And as always, guys, remember to support those local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always, more importantly, read those comics. I'll see you real soon. Take care, everyone.